Hai guys, welcome. Ketemu lagi bersama Miss.Lidagemini ya. Hari ini Miss.Lidagemini mau ada acara di makan malamnya Miss Nadia ya. Miss Nadia yang menang dari Miss Face of Humanity. Oke, ikuti kegiatannya Miss.Lidagemini. See you then. Guys, ini acaranya. Tersedia di sini, Mami. Tuh, lihat guys. The flower.
Give me the.
This evening is with many different events, including dancing, live music performances, several talk show segments, as well as 2 raffle draws, and there will be plenty of opportunities as well for you to donate to our different charitable causes throughout the night. The first person that I would actually like to call to the stage is the president of ICO, Mr. Tungul Tobing, to discuss and explain what the event is about.
Jeremy. Okay, everybody, please welcome Nadia and welcome to all of you. Okay, thank you. Okay, so maybe let Nadia sit first. And this ticket is actually provided by the organizer. The money is not going to ICO. But tonight you already pay for that. Wow, so generous, right? So with that, we also have some items there. Good for you can bring home martabak, maybe MC's job, right? Okay. Hand over to the secretary. Thank you.
Okay, so as all of you know, tonight's event is called A Night to Remember with Nadia Tjoa, right? So I would like to take some time to introduce who she actually is. So Nadia Tjoa was born in 1994 in Surabaya, Indonesia. She graduated from Nusantara University with a degree in architecture. For the past 6 years, she has worked as a professional model and actor. An advocate for human rights and children's education, she works closely with refugee communities in Indonesia for her organization Education for Refugees. She won the title Miss Face of Humanity 2022 during the final showcase that was held in Metro Toronto Convention Center. Nadia is currently on a humanitarian tour with trips planned for Mexico and Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nadia Tjoa.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm so happy to be here to be able to meet everyone from Indonesian community in Canada, Ontario, and also spouses, people who come all the way here. So first of all, thank you. You're welcome. I know some of you watched the live show. And I know that some of you went viral on the internet. So I am so happy that we have passionate people here. And because you guys are so passionate about humanitarian work as well. I think that your work today and everything that you do from now is going to be the representation of our community. I hope that we can work closely together, and this is the start of a beautiful journey. Thank you.
We're not done with her yet.
Chris is
know
here.
that towards the end
Yvonne.
of the we will have opportunities to take pictures with both Nadia and Juliet. Okay.
Indonesia, they think it's only a trend, but it is not. So what I'm going to serve tonight is to give an experience for you all that Indonesia coffee is very diverse.
Gratis ya Pak, gratis hidupnya ya. Gratis.
We go coffee. Yes. The other one is I go directly with I deal directly with the farmers. So they after harvesting they give coffee to me, and I taste the coffee and give feedback. I tell them you have to improve your drying method. You have to give more fertilizer. You have to more processing in storage. So after the third harvest, this is what I get. One of the best coffee in Indonesia. So enjoy and have a good night. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. So
Dari sana ya? Hebel. Kita antri makan dulu guys di sini. Win. Oke Ali, you can. makan malam dulu ya, lihat makanannya.
It's so
Serasa di Indonesia.
delicious. It's so delicious. I never had such like amazing taste of Indonesia. Thanks a lot.
Oke.
With some fruits and sweets, so feel free to help yourself over to some dessert. Thank you.
Hai guys, ini Ali temanku. Dia mirip Malik Ahmad.
What?
Ahmad Malik.
Ahmad Malik.
Yeah. In Indonesia there is YouTuber named Ahmad Malik, I think. Like look like you.
Oh, Ahmad Malik. So guys, you can consider me Ahmad Malik for a while.
Don't fear, we will have another session for that after our next segments.
I'm gonna ask someone to take my good pictures.
Yes. Later.
Right?
Ibu cantik. Miss. I love you, Miss. Hey, hey, hey. Ayo foto.
I took one.
Pesan dan pesan Bapak YouTuber. Ayo balas. Ayo. Luar biasa. Oke, good. Pesan dan kesan acara di sini. Apa ya? Apa coba? Ayo.
Enjoy and having fun aja dah.
Oke, thank you.
It is an honor for me and my husband and also the staff of the consulate to attend this event in this beautiful evening with the good weather today. And we are, as the representative of the consulate, of course, we are supporting all the activities, especially for the Indonesian community of Ontario for this fundraising this evening. So, as requested by the organizer, we would like to invite you to maybe share the empathy, share the attention to the plan that already prepared by the organizer this fundraising. So I wish you will enjoy this evening, enjoy the Indonesian food and also the program that already prepares. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you. So, as many of you know, we have several different charitable causes tonight that we would like to be explaining. The first person who would actually
Oke.
Sebenarnya ini dalam bahasa Indonesia yang saya sampaikan, apakah yang menjadi motivasi dari Indonesia masih untuk mensupport IEC yang saat ini sudah berjalan 10 tahun, right? Okay.
So the question I'll be asking Shan first is EEC, which is her program, has been operating for 10 years now. So what motivates you to keep it running?
Sebenarnya IEC itu berdiri sejak 10 tahun yang lalu. Dan saya ingin sisa hidup saya untuk mengabdi kepada Tuhan dengan menolong anak-anak yang kekurangan secara finansial dan peluang mendapatkan pendidikan yang layak agar mereka bisa berhasil dalam hidup mereka. Dan saya percaya melalui pendidikan yang baik dan terarah, anak-anak ini akan tumbuh menjadi anak-anak Indonesia yang akan berguna dan berkarya dengan luar biasa bagi bangsa Indonesia. Sesuai dengan amanat pembukaan Undang-Undang Dasar 1945 itu untuk mencerdaskan kehidupan bangsa kita.
I want for the rest of my life to serve God by helping children who are financially deprived and the opportunity to get a proper and qualified education so that they can succeed in their lives. I believe that through good and targeted education, these children will go on to do extraordinary work for the Indonesian nation, in line with the mandate of the opening of the 1945 Constitution to educate the nation's life.
What is the second question?
Oke. Pertanyaan kedua untuk Ibu Jen Masengwi adalah keberhasilan apa yang sudah dicapai selama ini di IEC?
What have you achieved to date with EEC?
Banyak anak-anak yang belajar di IEC itu di Blitar, IEC Blitar, berhasil mendapatkan ranking kelas, bahkan beasiswa mereka terima dari tingkatan sekolah dasar sehingga sekolah menengah atas. Awal-awalnya mereka belajar di pekarangan milik Ibu Yudit, pekarangan depan sangat sempit dan kecil sekali, tetapi bisa menampung 10 sampai 15 anak. Dan kemudian sesudah sekitar 10-15 anak, menurut data terakhir bisa mencapai 25 sampai 30 anak yang sekolah di situ, sehingga perlu mempekerjakan 2 orang guru honorer ditambah dengan 3 orang volunteer. Mereka tidak dipungut biaya sekali, bahkan disediakan alat tulis, pendukung, serta makanan seperti makanan kecil seperti kacang hijau dan lain-lainnya. Yang paling saya sukai adalah kue Nagasari. Oke, kami mensupport semua biaya yang dikeluarkan untuk membayar guru-guru honorer dan keperluan administrasi lainnya dengan mengirim sejumlah uang secara rutin setiap bulan. Namun terhenti sementara karena pandemik di Indonesia. Adapun biaya operasional mencapai $600 per bulan. Ya. Karena jumlah anak-anak yang semakin banyak, kami membantu. Jadi down payment untuk pembelian rumah di sebelah lokasi dari Ibu Yudit itu agar mampu lokasi
awal agar mampu menampung animo yang semakin meningkat. Mulai bulan Juli tahun 2022, di IEC akan dibuka kembali dengan rencana 100 orang anak setiap tahun ajaran baru. Jadi berarti 3 kali lipat dari kapasitas saat ini, dan tentu penambahan ada 1 guru honorer, ya, 1 guru honorer. Dan karena itu kita juga dari limited fundraising sebelum COVID, kami bisa membantu mencicil pelunasan rumah ini, dan saat itu sudah hampir terbayar 90%. Puji syukur. Harapan kami semoga teman-teman yang hadir malam ini berkenan membantu meringankan biaya operasional dan pembelian rumah itu.
Okay, I'm going to try. Many children who have studied at EEC managed to, yes, just a repeat of the question. The question was, what have you achieved to date with EEC? Okay, so many children who study at EEC managed to get class rankings and even scholarships. From elementary school to high school level, they studied at first at a place called Unit-Yard. It started out very small, only about 10 to 15 people, but according to the latest data, it's actually grown to about 25 to 30 people. So it was actually necessary to employ 2 honorary teachers plus 3 volunteers. So these people are doing this out of their own free time, out of their own volition, so they're employed free of charge. And the way that they are rewarded is through stationery and snacks, such as green beans and cakes. She says the cakes are her favorite due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So the operating costs reach about $600 each month. Due to an increasing number of children, we've helped put a down payment for the purchase of a house next to the initial location at Unit-Yard in order to accommodate the increasing interest. And starting in July of 2022, EEC will reopen with a plan of 100 children every new school year, 3 times the current capacity, and the addition of 1 honorary teacher. God bless. From limited fundraising before COVID-19, we helped pay off this house in installments, and now it's almost 90% paid off. We hope that the friends who are present here tonight are willing to help fund the operational costs and purchase of this house.
Saya sudah tidak belajar di SD karena tidak bisa belajar agama lagi, dan dengan ilmu yang saya.
Apa target proyek Ibu dan Mas ini?
Pesan dan kesan aja di acara ini apa?
So excited karena ketemu banyak orang yang luar biasa. Ya, terima kasih saya bisa datang di sini.
Thank you.
Sama-sama.
Here, I'm really amazed to be here this evening, and looking at so many happy faces, lively people, and everybody gathered here this evening for a great cause, and I am happy to be a part of that program. And one of my colleagues, she is from Vietnam. Unfortunately, she could not join today in this program, and she donated $100 from us.
This backdrop or as your backdrop, okay? Only with Nadia alone. For those who donate even twice, I'll give a chance to take a picture with Miss Hong Kong as well.
Okay, so anybody who
Do you want to go take a picture of that?
Any point tonight and you do not have cash,
Ali sama
you can find
Nadia.
Total. He has the little reader, and you can pay with credit or debit.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, get your raffle tickets ready. Okay, congratulations on the Archipelago prize tag. Okay, so the next gift we're getting for the raffle is we have several sets of puppets. So this is the Arjuna puppet. Okay, we have one Arjuna puppet.
We have 32 to 37.
Or 3.
4 freedom.
What? Kau tuh.
I see it there.
081943. Ya! Cocok Pak Wawan yang dapat wayang. Yeay!
Makasih Mbak.
Makasih. Ya, betul. Terima kasih Pak.
Okay, next we have another puppet, a shadow puppet. Okay. Never mind. Okay, sorry. We only have one of those. A wall decoration? That's next. Wall decoration. Okay, cool. Wall decoration. Let's go. Who wins this? We have another red ticket. Red ticket 081887. Next prize is an ashtray. I'm hoping you can find some use out of this, even if you're a non-smoker. But here, the winner of the ashtray is blue ticket. Okay, blue ticket 648121.
121.
We have 32 to 37.
648121. Blue ticket 648121.
Siapa yang menang?
Turns out we do have an Arjuna puppet, so next one's going to be an Arjuna puppet. Arjuna puppet is, red ticket. Red ticket 081934. 081934.
You go.
Yes, Ibu.
Okay, last one is a tablecloth.
Ali, you so bad. Who is win?
Never mind, false alarm. Okay. Once again, 648258.
No it? No yet win.
Every time.
Ya, benar.
Okay, perfect. If you were on round number 8, we do still have another round of raffles to go with even bigger prizes. So, still have a chance. If you want more raffle tickets, feel free to find somebody here who is selling them and Okay. So, the next thing is we are going to invite our next speaker to discuss her program for helping those who are in need. So I would like to invite Tina Wiska to come to the stage.
Ya, kebetulan saya bisa ngomong bahasa Inggris dan bahasa Kantonis. Mohon kalau Tjoa kayak isaptin.
I can speak English and Cantonese.
Saya rasa bagaimana ya cara teman-teman dari Indonesia atau dari manapun juga datang ke Kanada untuk bekerja itu terutama harus bisa bahasa Inggris harus bisa bahasa Inggris karena di Kanada ini hanya ada 2 bahasa internasional yang harus dikuasai, satu bahasa Inggris dan satu bahasa Perancis. Jadi kalau kesini teman-teman dari Indonesia of course harus bisa bahasa Inggris. Kemudian juga harus lulusan diploma 1 post secondary school di Kanada. Experience, they should have the experience seperti pengalaman seperti pekerjaan yang mau diambil di Kanada ini. Kemudian juga harus gimana ya? Harus punya pengalaman juga, harus sekarang mulai dari Juni 2019 kayaknya kita juga harus mempunyai tabungan fund yang harus ditunjukkan ke imigrasi. Itu program yang terbaru dari pemerintah sini. Atau kalau nggak ingin bekerja sebagai pemegang work permit juga harus bisa melalui express entry juga.
Okay, so to talk a little bit about some of the requirements that migrant workers from Indonesia or elsewhere in the world need to come to Canada. So first things first, I feel it's very important for people to know how to speak English, because here in Canada, right, it's only recognized that international workers need to be able to speak either English or French to be qualified to work here. Aside from that, they also must hold some kind of post-secondary education. And I believe that in the last few years, they've also made it an effort for them to have some kind of fund necessary to assist them moving on.
Exactly. Mungkin dari teman-teman atau dari ibu-ibu yang ingin bertanya bagaimana how to hire the nanny, how to hire the caregiver from Indonesia to come to Canada, maybe I can answer for a little bit. Yeah.
So I'd like to provide some kind of like explanation in terms of how you can hire caregivers to come from Indonesia to Canada.
Right. Or maybe from Hong Kong to come here. Maybe Miss Juliet. Juliet, right? Yeah. Who is Miss Juliet? Yes.
Who is Miss Juliet?
Maybe someone want to ask me how to hire the nanny from Indonesia to come here, I can answer from it. Or maybe Miss Nadia, you want to ask something? I don't know.
Does anybody have any questions to ask in terms of the process about having migrant workers come over to Canada?
How do you feel being an independent woman?
Oh, ini pertanyaan berat.
Oh, this is a strong question.
How I feel become an independent woman? I feel so amazing. I feel so happy that this is just how I come here by myself. I did process the work permit, the work visa to Canada by myself. And I feel so proud of myself too because I don't need the agency to come here. And then I just learned how, I just follow what the immigration website, and then I just follow the requirement to apply the work visa in Canada Visa Application Center.
2018, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Any other questions?
Kami resilient. Kami sopan ya. Công chức hoàn khổ á. hay spider đã bất kỳ. Có nhiều hỗ trợ phần nhiều lên hay Hong Kong có biển song có thể tại đây giờ hỗ trợ phần nhiều lên hay có biển lên sẽ có những người so với đấy.
She speak Chinese.
Chị có thể tốt hỗ.
She know how to speak Chinese.
I
Hay ngồi giống gì đó.
Yes, yes.
Tại đây có chút con chút phần hỗ đấy. Có chút con hay có hay spider nào có chút hay Chinatown hay Pacific Mall có biển này giống tôi chung gọi ảnh kan dia kamu cuma tahu kue dia apa itu kan itu si kamu cuma dia saya aja betul itu
Hey, did you check what did you get?
Oh, I don't know.
So, I can translate a little bit. So they're talking about shopping in Pacific Mall. Sorry, just kidding. Okay, you can translate yourself.
You see, that means I know a lot of Chinese in Canada, and then they have that community, and then they speak Chinese, and then when I meet them in Pacific Mall or in Manila, then I speak Cantonese to them, and then they ask me, oh wow, you are Indonesian, how come you can speak Cantonese so well? And then I said, yeah, I have been working in Hong Kong for 20 years. Yeah, that's
She was in
Thank you. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you so much.
she was in Hong Kong and then come to Canada.
So, we're going to go on.
Ah, nice. Yeah, Indonesia. Ini part apa, Mbak? Tahu ya?
Itu juga nggak dari Bangladesh. Banyak yang besar.
Yes. Hey, 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 hey. I'm so happy. Oh, good.
I'm with you guys. That's it.
Thank you. Miss Nadia sama Miss Hongkong lagi makan susu. Lihat guys, dia senang banget makan.
So hello, Nadia. So, can you tell us tonight about why you were interested in being involved in this event?
Yeah, so first of all, Dr. Tjoa mentioned to me that the Indonesian community is in the process of sponsoring refugee families. And since I am very close to the refugee community in Indonesia, it is one of my advocacy, especially towards the children and their education. So for me, being able to listen to their stories here, I think that's one of the motivations why I want to be here.
What's some of the work that you have done in Indonesia with refugees and specifically with children?
Yeah, so I volunteer with Russian Learning Center for 2 years. I teach as a teacher, and then I continue because I see the children is innocent. I believe that the way to uplift refugee communities is through their children. So many of them was born into their situation, and a lot of them are little kids, 5 years old, and they've been in Indonesia their whole life. They've been growing up there, and they cannot go to school. They cannot start going to elementary, and it is heartbreaking. And I believe that human rights is, you should be able to go to school. You should be able to fight for your future.
Can you talk about some of the work you've done specifically with these children?
Yeah, so before joining this Race of Humanity, I am going to focus on something in my life. And that something for me is always the children and education. And I see that there is a way for children in Indonesia for them to learn, because government provides a certain amount for them to be able to go to school, to be able to finish their education. But for refugees, it's like they're not there. It's like they don't have an identity. When they say in the video before that you cannot open a bank account, that is right, that is true. That you cannot get a library card, that is true as well. And you cannot get a number for your phone as a refugee in Indonesia, that is true as well. So I come here with Indonesian passport, and I've been here for only 1 month. And I've opened a bank account. So that is the difference of human rights. I don't think it is the fault of the government. I think that it is the unfortunate event that there is a refugee crisis in this world. And I think that Indonesian government is able to help. They just need to know, and people on the east side
supposed to make her
to
stand
wanna
over
help.
there.
So I hope that when I come back to Indonesia, I'll be able to speak with the government as well. Because I know that this is something that people need to know more about.
For the people here that do want to help, how can they go about doing that?
Yeah, so people who are here and fortunate enough to be Canadian or Indonesian who are living here with a PR, you have the amazing ability and opportunity to sponsor refugees. It is true that it is a hard process. It is difficult, it is long, and it is going to take a lot of money. But I have read an email from them, as you have. One case came to you, one case came to me. My case, it was by Mr. Nawid. He's opening a learning center in Indonesia for refugee children. And he was once a journalist in Afghanistan, prosecuted by the Taliban. He came to Indonesia with his wife and his one kid and his whole entire fortune, everything that he has. He brings to Indonesia for hope of salvation. And then in Indonesia, he finds that he is an alien, doesn't have an identity. And then they gave birth to another children. The children is 3.5 years old, doesn't have an ID, doesn't have a passport, and cannot go to school. So that is why I speak.
In your experience, what has been the most rewarding thing that you've seen that's come out of helping these refugees?
It is definitely the children. Because you see that as I work in learning centers, these are not schools because they cannot get a diploma, cannot get a certificate. These are learning centers where they try to learn. The children are still children. They are still so happy. They're still playing with their friends, 5 years old, chasing each other. They're still bubbly, they're still happy. And you see that these are humans and they're gonna grow up without the same opportunities as the others.
I understand that you're currently on a bit of a humanitarian tour yourself, right? And next up, you're planning on making a trip to Mexico. So can you talk a little bit about what activities you'll be engaged in during your Mexico trip?
Yeah, so to my Mexico trip, I'm going on the 10th, and I will be working with Tjoa company, Space of Humanity branch in Mexico, and we are gonna go to women conference to speak about women issues, as well as go to the hospitals, as well as meet the children. So we're gonna have so much work to do there, but it's gonna be an amazing start to the Space of Humanity and our platform.
Awesome. Okay, so now I'd actually like to take the opportunity to open up the floor to any questions. So does anybody have any questions for Nadia regarding her involvement with helping refugees, or even just recently about her experiences here in Canada and the charitable work that she's done? Questions, anyone? Questions for Nadia?
Nadia, nanti kalau seandainya Nadia pulang ke Indonesia, apa yang akan Nadia lakukan di Indonesia?
Nadia, once you go back to Indonesia, what are the activities that you're going to be engaged in there?
Ya, udah banyak sekali jadwalnya nanti. Yang pasti aku akan kembali mengunjungi anak-anak yang pernah kerja sama dengan saya, organisasi-organisasi sosial. Terus saya mau juga pergi ke panti asuhan yang ada di kita. Ya. I want to see what people do, karena very passionate opening tadi. Buat saya percaya bahwa orang-orang di sini itu tulus memberikan support pada panti asuhan. Saya yakin kita bisa bantu di mana-mana.
So, first thing I want to do is when I go back, I want to visit the children who have previously interacted with me through my social work program, right? And since arriving here, I've been welcomed with open arms, so I really do believe that I have the support to help people further.
Jeremy, Pak, mau tanya.
So Nadia,
when you return to Indonesia, I think there are some hopes to hear that perhaps you can also help campaigning the initiatives that the 5 families in here already start sponsoring the refugee from Indonesia. That's one thing, and probably the second thing, we will be also hoping that maybe you can bring a greater impact by perhaps sharing the good news that some friends in Canada helping a tutorial course in East Java, especially in Blitar, the one that you just heard before, and hoping to that when you have a chance to visit Surabaya, Malang, or Blitar, come over to that course, visit them, give some smiles, and maybe share the news with us. And one last thing, on September the 10th, ICO will be hosting an Indonesian Cultural Day in Toronto. It's actually 3 events back-to-back from Vancouver on September 3rd, September 10th in Toronto, and in LA September 17th. We will be excited to welcome you back, maybe bringing even bigger impact to the world, globally. Thank you.
Yes, Pak Tunggul. Definitely I want to meet people in Surabaya, the children there. And everything that she said is like coming to us. And we are actually currently making the scheduling as well as making the platform. Like, we want to make sure that we get things done. So for us, we're going to plan, and I see and I hear everything that she said, and we're going to plan accordingly.
Thank you. Anybody have one last question? One last question? Okay, Nadia, is there something that you maybe want to leave them off with? Like, what's one important piece of information I think that they can take away from what we've discussed tonight?
I want to say that Canadian people as well as Indonesian community here has been so warm, and you guys have a big heart. Every time I talk to each and every one of you and I mention things about social events or about fundraising or about our thoughts for the future, you have always been so empathetic. And that is something that I think every one of you can be proud about. You guys are amazing human beings, and thank you for having me today.
Another round of applause for Nadia.
You want to go?
Another blue ticket.
Vlogmiss.Lidagemini.
Okay. This one is for a wood carving.
Oh, there.
Yeah, wood carving. Okay. Wood carving goes to 648102. 648102.
Please like, subscribe, dan komen di channelnya Lidagemini. Yes, thank you.
And we have 081898.
Gimana dapat undiannya gimana?
Dapat, alhamdulillah.
Wow. Apa isinya? Tahu isinya apa isinya? Yes, congratulations.
01902.
0819092.
Finally, from this side.
That is blue ticket. You're not live.
It's okay, but we already got it. See, oh, I still have that one. I still have that one.
Okay, we still have 3 Batik tablecloths to give away. So, tablecloth time. tablecloth goes to blue ticket 648161. 648161.
Oke guys, sekian dulu channelnya Miss.Lidagemini ya. Jangan lupa subscribe, like, comment, dan share ya. Oke, see you in the next content guys. Jangan lupa guys, subscribe, like, dan komen, oke? Apa nama YouTube-nya? Oh,
So thank you so much to everyone who already donated. Okay.
Oke,
Wow.
Pak Tunggu.
Yes. The power is not with someone who hold the mic.
Ya mas, foto.